Let's get to it. I'm on Peacock, the network. We're at 2 hours, 17 minutes, 4 seconds. So we're going to press play. I'm going to give you a countdown. In 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah. Oh, wow. Batista, man, I feel like it's been forever since I've seen him like that. Well, since I've seen him, period. But, oh, man, what a time. Yeah, let's go. Boom. Oh, Batista he just looks good with the big gold. Do. I'll walk alone inside this pit of danger. I'll follow me. I'll walk alone. If you haven't, please go watch Xavier Woods reacting to this theme at WrestleMania 35, which I can't believe I did watch Batista's last match in person. Still trips me out low key. Yeah, but you gotta go watch Xavier Woods marking out to Batista's theme at WrestleMania 35. Please go find that. But yeah, Batista, Undertaker, this was a feud. Like, this is a proper feud. Both guys traded wins. Batista lost at WrestleMania. Then they backlash. They had a draw, last man standing match. Then had a draw in a steel cage. Batista finally won at Cyber Sunday. And now we're going to finally end this feud, which I'll give my opinion on how this match ended at the end. But again, it's all about the World Heavyweight Championship. Like, there's a reason why Batista was never booed like Cena. Why? Because Batista was an actual human being. It was a beast. He didn't act like some kind of corny superhero. Like, he acted like a man. Like, that's the only way to put it. He wasn't a corporate shill, right? He didn't wear funky hats and t-shirts. He still wore suits and turtlenecks. Man, this hands down probably my favorite feud of the Ruthless Aggression era. Batista Taker. Whew. Boy. Taker, after being with the WWE for this point now, 17 years, finally becoming a true main eventer, like the guy, which is crazy to say, but really think about it. Undertaker, through all his years, has never been treated like the guy. But on SmackDown, from 07 to at least 09, he is the guy. And he was in shape, having some of his best matches. It's like, man, this is the Undertaker I think of. I do not think of the last, 10 years now? Really, since his match with CM Punk at WrestleMania 29. Like, this is the Undertaker I know, I love. I don't think we show enough love to this Hell in a Cell match these guys had. I think before this was the, what was that? DX versus Big Show in the McMahons, which was actually a good match, okay. They had the whole McMahon being shoved up Big Show's ass. Oh, man. Why did we watch this? But yeah, Undertaker, the one regret I have is I never got to see this entrance live. Like, I'll probably never get to see this entrance of the Undertaker live in person. So that's one regret I have. If I would have went to Monday night, if I would have went to Raw following WrestleMania 35, I could have seen it, but who would know that he would show up at Raw on that WrestleMania? Like, the hell, Taker? Like, oh my God, look at Batista's eyes. What's going on there? Look like he about to, I don't even know. Taker about to take his hat off. Like, what happened? Nobody has these type of you couldn't make this type of gimmick no more. Like it just wouldn't work. Like we had the Fiend, but and Bray Wyatt, but like we'll never have anything like the Undertaker ever again in wrestling. That'll work. That will connect. That won't be treated as a joke. Man, the greatest, in my opinion, the outside of Vince McMahon, Undertaker has to be the greatest character in the history of wrestling. JBL and Michael Cole on commentary. My favorite duo, really of all time, outside of Jim Ross and, Jim Ross, Lawler, Jim Ross, and Paul Heyman. Okay, here we go. Ring the bell. Kind of surprised it started with a lockup here. I would have thought they would have started off how they start off almost every match, but just going throwing bows. Well, clothesline by Batista. There we go. Now we throwing bows. Undertaker with them big old soup bones. And now Dust clothesline, and now Batista. I think Batista was getting booed during this feud. Well, not really getting booed, but Undertaker was clearly more beloved with these fans over Batista, which can't blame him. I felt the same way. Like, woo, what a clothesline by Taker. And he's going to go for the cover and try to get this done early. 1, 2. Yeah, like, I loved Undertaker was my favorite right next to Shawn Michaels during this time. Like, it was really Shawn Michaels and Undertaker that kept me into wrestling. Because I did not care about anybody else, like, for real. Like, not even, no. Jeff Hardy, too. Jeff Hardy, probably the only other one. Like, I didn't care about Triple H like that. Edge, Ray, like, my guys were Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. That's the only people that really kept me watching wrestling. Yeah, I feel sorry for people that don't know this version of Undertaker, only know him for, like, wrestling once a year and, like, barely 3.5-star matches, if that. What a big boot by Undertaker, by the way. Again, trying to get this done early. Usually in these type of matches, Taker will probably be trying to dominate, but I think they're telling a great story here of Taker being in a great rivalry with Batista, knowing that he is a piece of work, like a really big challenge to him, and he wants to hopefully get him out of there early. Batista, who just beat him once again at Cyber Sunday, the previous pay-per-view. Oh, spear by Batista. Batista's spear was good. I always thought it could have been more of a snap to it. I feel like he kind of hugged his opponent too much. I feel like he could have like launched himself just a little bit more. And now, Batista trying to attack Taker with the chair did not work. And now another clothesline by Undertaker. Love this gear too by Taker. Always thought this was best looking gear by Taker. I did not like when he started wearing pants. Well, he wore pants during that pants like the first year of him returning as the Dead Man, and then he started wearing pants again after his streak was broken. Yeah, this is my favorite gear, my favorite look by Taker. Full head of hair, like even though he does have hair now, but it's not the same. Batista, who I don't think I like Batista. I thought Batista was cool, like I said. He was a man's man. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that he has become the heralded actor that he has become today. Like over The Rock, over Cena. Like he's probably the greatest actor, a wrestler turned actor ever. And patented leg drop by Taker. Love that move. I don't believe they were. Are we able to still do that in wrestling games? I don't think that's still a thing. I don't think so. I hate that they took that away. I don't think you can do that in wrestling games no more. The patented leg drop off the apron from Taker. But yeah, I did not see Batista becoming the actor that he will become. And I think as of right now, he's probably during his time, he's in his late 30s because he didn't become a wrestler till really late in life. Ooh! Wow. That is some viciousness by Taker. Oh, now he busted up and Batista buzzed it over right now. I don't even know how to explain that move. Using a chair, kind of like I don't even know. Kind of using it as a stunner. Oh, I feel like did somebody else do that? I want to say like Sabu did that move. Yeah, we're going to see a winner, going to see a loser. That is what we're get. I do have an interesting take on how they got there, though. Again, Taker continuing to try to get a pin on Batista here. That's an awkward pin, just trying to cover his throat. And again, Undertaker's doing this because Batista has been his greatest rival up to this point, in my opinion. And he knows that Batista, even though he's out right now, potentially could come back. So you trying to take him out early here. I'm trying to think, is Batista, like, forget the Shawn Michaels matches at WrestleMania, like, as an actual feud, Batista has to be Undertaker's greatest rival, right? Uh-oh. And he's caught, what a great catch, and Pine Buster by Batista. Off that old school attempt. Yeah, I think before this, I'll probably say Mankind. Yeah, I'll probably say Mankind was Undertaker's greatest rival until Batista. 1-2, and a kick out by Taker. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they weren't doing booyahs yet. Well, yeah, they were. They did that at WrestleMania 22. But it didn't really start becoming a ting. Rastafari. Didn't start becoming a thing until like 09-ish. Oh. That booyah spot. 1-2, and Taker kicks out again. Who would think JBL would be a great commentator? Like, what an interesting career. Go from a mid-carder to a world champion to an announcer, all within the span of Braun Strowman, British Bulldog finisher right here, running power slam, and Taker kicks out. I love Batista's moveset, by the way. Like, it was, this is the difference between Cena and Batista. Like, for some reason, Batista never looked sloppy, never looked out of place. All his moves fit him, and it was all about power with Batista. I think that's the difference between Cena. Like, a lot of his moves, it just looks awkward. Like, there's no finesse to it. I think of Cena, most of his moves were like power moves. Ooh. Irish whip into the cell by Batista, then follow up with a clothesline. But yeah, I think the problem is Cena does a lot of like non-power moves, which doesn't really fit his style since he doesn't have finesse. So, and now Batista Irish whipped into the steel stairs. But yeah, I think Cena, if most of his moves were power moves, I think he wouldn't look as bad as he did. Like even though Cena had his best matches in 2015, 2016, still it's like he was doing all these different moves. It's like that don't really fit your character. Like, why are you doing a Canadian Destroyer, Cena? Like, why are you doing a Canadian Destroyer? Makes no sense. Like, Batista would never do a Canadian Destroyer. He doesn't need to. But yeah, that's another reason why I think Batista never got any type of hate close to. I don't think he ever got hate because Batista was cool. Ooh, these guys are going right now. As Taker launched Batista's head into the cell. Yeah, Batista there's nothing. I don't think. We're seeing the color. And Batista's dripping. He is dripping. Woo! Now it's officially Hell in a Cell. I think it should be headshot. This definitely not this is pre-2010. Headshot. Chair shot to Batista as he is gushing. But yeah, like I said, it should be outlawed. There should never be a Hell in a Cell match to where at least one of the opponents is not bleeding. Like, it should be mandatory. And now Batista Taker going for the cover, Batista kicks out 2.5. But yeah, I hated when he went to the whole. Oh boy, Taker make sure to get all of that. I hated when they made Hell in a Cell a pay-per-view. Like, it's stupid. Hell in a Cell is supposed to be the cap end of a feud. Like, how are you going to make it a pay-per-view? Thank God Triple H is like, yeah, we're not doing that no more. I don't know when we're going to get a Hell in a Cell again. Maybe, trying to think what feuds. Probably, we're going to go for a superplex here. And superplex to Taker by Batista. And both guys are down. Yeah, next Hell in a Cell is probably going to be between, like, I can see Drew and, like, Seth. Hell's Gate. But this is before he called it the Hell's Gate. I think he just started doing this move. That's what I love about Taker, that he always was trying something new. You would think like this submission would not fit his character, but somehow it did. It fit him way more than that, like, sleep. I forget what it was called, but Taker like old 203 was trying to get this type of sleeper over that was not working. But I do think in school he started doing the triangle choke, the Hell's Gate, and got it over. That was intriguing. That was something. Now, Taker 10 years ago would have launched himself into Batista, but Taker said, yeah, I'm too old for that shit. We ain't doing that. Boy, Batista's face is a crimson mask. What is Taker looking for here? What's he about to do? Oh, now he's going for the steel steps. Here we go. And, Batista blocks it. And now, Batista rams Taker's head into the steel post. And now Batista's going for the steel steps here. And now he's launched him into Taker. And now Taker is busted open. Woo! I don't think I've ever seen anybody use the steel steps as a weapon like that. I wonder how heavy those steel steps really are. They can't be light. Oh, yeah. Now Taker's really busted open, saliva, spitting, all kinds of stuff. This is what Hell in a Cell's supposed to be, brother. Holy. I miss these days, bruh. Now, if you want this kind of match, you got to go to AEW or go to any random John Moxley match. 5. This body, Batista's body Taker, yo, that's crazy. Last ride, hold up. And last ride. Again, last ride was another move that could be a finisher and will be believable to end in a match. Batista, God, he's covered in blood. 1, 2, and Taker. Taker cannot get the win right there. You damn right. This is definitely what a championship match is all about. Blood and guts and all other stuff. And now Taker waiting, doing a wake-up taunt, waiting for him to get up, and now choke slam. Taker, who had a stored finisher and a signature. 1, 2, and Batista kicks out again. Took a finisher and a signature. Now, Taker with another stored finisher, now going for a tombstone here. Doing another wake-up taunt. And now, reversed. And Pine Buster again by Batista. 1, 2, and whoa. That was a almost Kurt Angle-like 2.9 Taker kicked out there. People don't kick out no more like that neither. Like, don't do that 2.1. Don't do that 2.5. Do that 2.99 kick out if you know the cadence of the referee. Now Batista has Taker laid out here. What's Batista going for? Going under the apron. What is that on? Is that a snake or like a dragon or Batista's trunks? What is that? I think that's his tattoo on his back, right? Table time. The fans love it. I don't know why fans love tables so much, but it amazes me how even today, people still cheer for tables. I'm like, why? What's so special about a table? But Batista setting up the table right here. Taker getting up. What we about to get here? Taker trying to fight back. But Batista look like going for a Batista bomb. Holy. He got to lift it up. And Batista bomb through that table. Yeah, just overcover him. Get him back in the center of the ring. Cover him. 1, 2, and a kick out by Taker. We cooking. Oh, we cooking, brother. And now Batista going for the other set of steel steps. What about, Batista launched Taker through that table. Like, I'm making sure this motherfucker break. He launched Taker through that table. What a great setup there. And now Batista going for another Batista bomb. Now on the steel steps. Will Taker, and he reverses it. And he's going for the cover. 1, 2, and Batista gets the ropes, which kind of like in the Hell in a Cell. Should a rope break really be a thing? I don't know. But it works here. We'll let it go for right now. And now, Taker going to do the tombstone. And Taker's tired, but he going for this patented cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh no! Batista kicked out. And I don't think anybody's kicked out a tombstone in years. In years. I think this is the first time someone kicked out a tombstone in years. Go find a Batista interview. I think it was on Chris Jericho's podcast, to where he found out he was going to kick out a tombstone. He's like, really, you want me to kick out a tombstone? And now tombstone on the steel steps. Holy, oh shit. Oh shit. And it is over, folks. 1, 2. And a referee gets knocked out by Edge. Edge. A returning Edge we haven't seen since like July. Which it should be a surprise. He was on the goddamn poster. Taker like, what the fuck? And he gets hit by that camera. Edge assaults Taker with a camera. And now, Edge taking the steps here. Again, I'm going to rant about this as soon as the match is over. I'm going to wait. But I do have a rant about this. Batista's still dead. Batista's still dead from the tombstone. And now, with Undertaker's head face down on the steel steps, Edge has a chair and concerto. And now. And now he's actually taking Batista and covering Undertaker. As the ref is like, this don't seem right. And now, 1, 2, 3. Batista retains the World Heavyweight Championship. Thanks to Edge. So the last time we saw Edge, well, not the last time we saw Edge, but remember that Edge won the World Heavyweight title by taking Mr. Kennedy's Money in the Bank, which still is one of the dumbest things ever. But he actually cashed in on Taker, who was beaten up by Mark Henry after the steel cage match between Taker and Batista on SmackDown. Yeah. So I'll rant about this now because the match is over. I hate it. I still hate this finish. Why? Because they ended this rivalry, because even though Batista and Taker would face each other again like maybe a couple years later in TLC, this is supposed to be the end of a feud. I hate that they use Edge to launch a new feud with Taker, which at the end of the day, it makes no sense for Edge to want to help Batista, because he was having issues with Batista as well. It's like, you end oh my God. And Edge just launches that chair to Taker. It's like, to me, if you wanted Batista to retain, most likely because you were setting up Taker to get the title back at WrestleMania, just have Batista win clean. It doesn't hurt Taker at all, to lose to Batista clean in Hell in a Cell. Like, if that was the desired result of Batista retaining, just do that. I hated that they used Edge to set up the feud he eventually had with Taker at WrestleMania. It didn't need that. It did not need that. It really didn't. Like, I just don't get it. I don't understand. There's a great Hell in a Cell match, a great rivalry, and a great way to end it, and you kind of ruined it for me. Like, this ruins this rivalry because it's just a launching point for Undertaker versus Edge. And it didn't need to be that way. So, yeah, I really hate that. I really hate that. I still hate that. I think if you want Batista to retain, which personally, I mean, of course I wanted Undertaker to win, but if you're going to setting up Taker and Edge, I think. Try to do this now. I think you can set up Edge and Taker without doing this like easily. And maybe I'll eventually talk about it later. But controversial take. I don't think this match should have happened at Survivor Series. Taker versus Batista Hell in a Cell. I don't think should have happened at Survivor Series. I think that should have happened at WrestleMania. Yup. I know people really love the Edge Taker match and the main event. It was cool. It was dope. But for me, I never took Edge serious as a champion. I think that's one of the reasons why I never really cared about him. Cause I just could never take him serious. For me, I think the better story and rivalry and match was doing Taker Batista rematch at WrestleMania in Hell in a Cell. But I'll probably do that video sometime down the line. But yeah, I hate this finish. I love this match and hate this goddamn finish. And for some people, it's probably not a big deal. But for me, again, Batista, this is, in my opinion, Taker's greatest rivalry since like Mankind. And they told a story of Taker getting a one-up on him at WrestleMania, them not being able to get another win after a last man standing match, after a steel cage match. Batista finally beats Taker clean one-on-one at Cyber Sunday, and this should have been the end of the rivalry in Hell in a Cell. And you have an end with interference. I just like, that seems like cheap to me. Like, at least it's not as bad as what they will eventually do like 10 years later at Hell in a Cell 2018, 2019, to where there's no finish. But it's just like, that's not how you end a rivalry, bro. You do not need Edge to interfere to start your rivalry between Taker, because at the end of the day, it makes no sense for him to want to help Batista. It does not. It really does not. It makes no sense for him to want to help Taker at all. Help Batista. It just doesn't make sense. And plus, you kind of make Batista look weak by him not doing one offensive move to Taker and winning that match. Again, it messes up the ending of this rivalry. It really does to me. Batista, in that last 2 minutes of this match, did not hit one move. He got tombstone, and then got tombstone again on the steel steps, and then Edge took over for the last 2 minutes. How does that put over Batista? It doesn't, because it's all about Edge. Again, it doesn't. I don't see how this helps. It helped. I don't know. I hate that finish. But love the match for the first. I don't know how long the match was. Like if it was 25 minutes, I love the first 23. Hated the last 2, but it's still a great match. I still advise to go watch it. And for those that are not as offended as me about the Edge interference, then it probably is it's still a great match, but it probably is a very, very great match for you. But yeah, welcome to the High Bitch, your hardcore casual fan. Doing a watch along to Hell in a Cell between Batista and Taker, where Batista retained thanks to interference by a returning Edge. But that being said, if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Suck it.
I'm the best. I'm the best in the world.